Hi wrestling fans, thanks for clicking on the Dreaded D Rose report. I got some breaking news. Now we can go on with life as we've known it. WWE has confirmed the release of Matt Hardy in a statement on its website, of course, today. Woo! Glad that's over. Oh well. Anyway, according to the WWE official statement, WWE's come to terms with the release of Matt Hardy effective October 15th. 2010, WWE wishes Matt Hardy the best of his future endeavors, which we all know what that is. And my God, get going on it. And I don't know if you've seen Impact Thursday night, but I didn't think the first half of that show, or first part of that show, was ever going to be over with. They had so many people in the ring as wonder didn't break down. But let me know what you think about all this fortune and they and, you know, just let me know what you think about it. Was there any wrestlers left that's not they? Ooh. Alright, veteran WWE announcer Jim Ross quickly commented on the story, noting WWE's came to terms with Matt Hardy. He said, no details, just the fact. Good luck, Matt. Matt, probably best for all involved, he says. Over the past few weeks, Matt Hardy's been documenting an interest in about WWE getting released by them on his YouTube videos, I guess, and interaction with the fans. And it appears that the wishes finally came true, and that's what I was wishing for too. Often, several WWE stars have privately indicated in recent weeks now that they are contemplating leaving the organization and the wrestling business altogether once their current contracts are expired. Well, I don't know whether WWE is wearing out these people or it's the change in the format. I don't know. I'm not sure what it is, but they're taking the big thrill out of it, I guess, for wrestlers. I'm not sure. But anyway, Edge, whose current deal with the World Wrestling Entertainment expires in 2 years, has been telling people that he may retire from the wrestling business once it concludes. One company insider noted that Wrestling Observer editor Dave Meltzer that 4 other WWE stars stated in the recent weeks that they've completely lost their passion for wrestling to such a degree that they vow to leave the business altogether once their contracts are expired. What's going on? Whew. A 5th wrestler claims that he will leave WWE once his current deal runs out and will continue wrestling elsewhere. Man. Do we see a sinking ship maybe? Man, I'd hang around at least to get a paycheck. I mean, I don't like doing what I do for a living, but man, if it's a paycheck, you gotta do it somewhere. WWE, rather TMZ, you know, the website that's always in bed with everybody. Anyway, they recently called up with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson at the airport, talked to him about his time in WWE. The TMZ guy asked The Rock about his time, and he blasted Mick Foley in the head with a steel chair about 14 times at Royal Rumble in an I Quit match in '99. Rock responded that anytime you hit somebody in the head that many times, it's going to be tense. That was it. To add to Randy Orton's Twitter interaction last night, the Viper also commented on Ken Anderson's claim that Orton caused him his WWE release by saying, "The only problem I've ever had with Ken was telling him him telling the internet that I used to pull to get him. I used my pull to get him fired." I said, "Not true." He says, "I have no pull." Now that's not true. I know that. Anyway, Evan Bourne said this morning on his Twitter account that he underwent shoulder surgery Tuesday and is already on the road to recovery. Anyway, Evan Bourne is expected to be sidelined for the rest of the year and recovering from his surgery, and was written off television as of Monday as a result CM Punk attacking him following their match. Tickets for WWE return to Madison Square Garden December 26th, day after Christmas. Goes on sale tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock. Get your money out. Undertaker vs. Sheamus is being advertised to take place at 2 live events in December in New Orleans and in Las Vegas, Nevada on the 4th, and at the Citizens Bank Business Bank Arena in Ontario, California on the 5th. Also advertised for the Ontario show is Randy Orton versus Wade Barrett and Rey Mysterio versus Alberto Del Rio. I think we're going to see that for a while, which could be some good matches with them too. Batista told Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, if I didn't say that already, that Strikeforce event, about the recent Strikeforce event, that he had not given up on his MMA career. Batista says he would not rule out going back to WWE in the future, but right now he's focusing on his acting career. Well, I wouldn't if I was him. Anyway, I seen that movie he was in. I forgot the name of it, but go back to wrestling. Former world champion noted that he's working on a movie in a few weeks and is in talk with major roles in movie business that would be a big boost to his career. And if that deal works out, the movie could begin filming around Christmas time. Batista has met with Strikeforce 4 times, and they still haven't reached a deal mostly because of financial issues. It says Batista is interested in a multi-fight deal and feels that he could be ready for a fight by March, realizes that he needs to fight soon if he's going to do it because he turns 42 in January. Don't worry about 42. Anyway, Batista is interested in about 3 fights with Strikeforce, and one being a tune-up match, second being someone like Bobby Lashley, and if he's victorious in the fight, he would like to go against a bigger name. Strikeforce Scott Coker, CEO, wants to put together the Lashley and Batista fight, pay-per-view match, and then go from there if there's any more matches for Batista. He also said that Batista said TNA also made him good offers, but if he's going to return to wrestling, it'd be WWE. Matches for tonight's TNA live event, or whatever you want to call it, home or local event anyway, at Memorial Hall is going to be Abyss versus Mr. Anderson, Matt Striker versus Rhino, Madison Rayne versus Angelina Love, Doug Williams taking on Jay Lethal. And it was reported earlier this week that Rhino's finished up with TNA Bound for Glory. He's still advertised for weekend events, though. Madison Rayne's now the TNA knockout after Tara laid down for her last night on Impact. I don't know if you've seen that or not. The new name for Hulk Hogan, Eric Bischoff. Jeff Hardy, Abyss, and Jeff Jarrett's group is Immortals. On last night's Impact, Hogan's Immortals joined up with Ric Flair's Fortune to go against Dixie Kata. The main storyline now is Carter unknowingly signed over control of TNA to Bischoff and Hogan. Duh. You should lose it if you ever did something like that. Check out TNA tonight for the second time ever. Samoa Joe's can move, it says. Working an angle with Jeff Jarrett. Could have done without J-Lo, and said I've been backstage enough. Part ways, it's about Rhino. Something about the realness of the conversations between some of the talent was really well done. Well, who's talking about that? Fans began to ask Orton, forget that paragraph there. Anyway, fans began to ask Orton about TNA and probably on his Twitter, and he wrote, "Who said that I do not like TNA?" He said, "I surely didn't. Never approved of the 8-sided ring, though. Competition is a good thing." Orton also put over the TNA champion, AJ Styles. Never met him. He says he could do amazing things in the ring. And oh my gosh, he said, a lot to do with TNA's early success, too. Ted DiBiase, Maurice, love to see her. She's going to be appearing at Best Buy in Miami, Florida. I think you better go down there. November 2nd, 6 to 8 o'clock. All right, I got 1 minute left. Former diva Lauren Mayhew, who was released earlier this year, has been given a Rising Star Award at the Bel Air Film Festival next week. Have no idea why. And tonight's SmackDown on Sci-Fi, we'll see bragging rights qualifying matches for bragging rights, and as well as the return of Undertaker. Matches include Rey Mysterio taking on Cody Rhodes, MVP taking on Jack Swagger, Edge taking on Dolph Ziggler, Alberto Del Rio versus Chris Master, Big Show versus Cavill. I don't know. In a 5-minute challenge. And Drew McIntyre taking on Kofi Kingston. Alright, TNA signs a former diva, by the way. Katie Lee Burchill. Thought I'd let you know about it. She ain't going to be able to use that name, but she'll be looking the same. Hey, thanks for clicking. Talk to you tomorrow. I got to go.